Hello everyone, this is James Nicolau. I'm doing a video on the video prompt impact of GMOs assignment. This is for Biology 170-E1, A as in Alpha, L as in Lima. So I apologize if I'm going to be looking off the screen a lot. It's because I have the portion typed up on my other monitor. So here we go. So the prompt that we were given says, does labeling foods that contain GMOs give consumers enough information to make good environmental choices? Explain your answer using what you've learned about the environmental impacts. Now, we had 3 links that we reviewed, differing levels of credibility, whether they're biased, unbiased, what their message they're trying to get across was. Then we also had the video where our professor reviewed each link and gave her professional opinion on it. And here, what I'm going to read off is what my typed response was. So, I don't believe that labeling foods that contain GMOs give consumers enough information to make good environmental choices. My reasoning for this is that a label will not tell much to the average consumer other than the fact that it has GMOs or it doesn't. If the average consumer was made more aware of the information surrounding GMOs, then I think labels could be useful. If the labels had a link to the credible source of information, I think that'd be immensely helpful as well. What I'm getting at there is just because something is labeled is GMO or not, I don't believe people may have a really extensive background on GMO research. So maybe that's taken a little out of context. But if I were to purchase these products at the store, I don't think it'd be enough. But let's say they did have all the credible sources of information and everything that we had based on this class, then yes, I believe that the average consumer would be able to distinguish the credibility either on their own or with the research that were provided. I think to be able to make their own educated decision properly. The UVA source distinguishes that GMOs are helpful for the development of food and eliminating insects, therefore reducing the amount of insecticides needed, helping the environment. But it also shows that the herbicides were becoming less effective over time. Weeds were adapting to that, and the amount that they were spraying was significantly higher. When this extra herbicide is impacting the environment negatively by oversaturating the environment with it, kind of poisoning everything out from what I was able to read, and overall damaging the local ecosystems. The other 2 sources, the ISAA and the GMOA source, saying that GMOs are beneficial. The ISAA says that, well, it might hurt the environment, might not, we're not really sure. There's some data that says it does, but we're not seeing any evidence of it. I'm not really sure how to feel too much on that one. It kind of felt like they're just kind of trying to sweep it under the rug. And then the GMOA resource totally advocate for GMOs, but there's absolutely no form of refutable against GMOs, any evidence of that, and all the information that we're pumping out on their website, no sources, and their sources that they did have were sources to a different link that they made themselves anyway, extremely biased. So all in all, if the average consumer had the information we had, yes, they would definitely be able to make their own proper decision, and that's what I'm going with. Thank you.